Introducing our national officials for this match, our first referee is Mark Santos. Second referee is Choi Diibus. And now let's meet the starters first for the Gerflor Defenders. Outside spiker number 4, Jonah Rosal. Starting setter number 6, Sarah Gonzalez. Middle blocker number 12, Shaira Umandal. Opposite hitter number 17, Jenny Gaviola. Middle blocker number 21, Jeanette Villarreal. And outside spiker number 22, Shang Berte. Starting libero is their team captain, number 19, Pia Sarmiento. And the head coach for the Defenders is Sammy Akailar. And now the starters for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Setter number 12, game captain Rhea Di Maculangan. Outside spiker number 6, Savannah Davison. Opposite hitter number 10, Erica Santos. Middle blocker number 13, Del Palomata. Outside spiker number 15, Royce Tubino. And middle blocker number 18, Jesse De Leon. Their starting libero is number 8, Kat Arado. And the head coach for the High Speed Hitters is Raul Ricafort. This match is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Gerflor versus PLDT for the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
And here are your starters. Start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. Again, the players that we featured a while ago, Net Villarreal starting for the Gerflor Defenders, Erica Santos and Savvy Davison for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. This is our second game for this Saturday's triple header. And let's see, again, right now, the Gerflor Defenders still trying to get that elusive win here in our All-Filipino conference. This is the biggest conference. We have like a total of 12 teams. And they have said that they are learning so much from playing with each one. But we do want to see all of our PVL teams succeed, at least get one win.
That's right. And you know, we're still here at the start of the conference, and you know, we've said that there are some teams who are in the rebuilding stage. So a lot of learnings, I am sure, for the younger teams or the newly formed teams. But we've seen how the improvement has been, you know, game after game.
And it's nice to see Jessie De Leon from the PLDT High Speed Hitters, part of the starting 6. Usually, she just subbed in by Coach Raud. So it's great that she's seeing more minutes and making that quality minutes. As she now serves 2-0 in favor of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Good serve from Jessie. Gerflor Defenders. Gonzalez sets that up. Great blocking in the net by Palomata and Erica Santos. And Palomata in the front, proving to be a force early on here in set 1.
Well, you're here up against Del Palomata, who's obviously the tallest player on the court. I mean, she just reaches up her hand, doesn't even need to stand. And she's already making it difficult for the attackers.
3 serving 0. Again, a battle of pride, especially for the Gerflor Defenders. Meanwhile, the PLDT High Speed Hitters, they're stuck in the middle. They want to set themselves apart as we slowly inch to the semifinals. And they're creeping in 4-0. Someone needs to stop the bleeding for the Gerflor Defenders. And who will that spark be? Gonzalez again setting it up. A free ball given.
Oh, excellent set from Rhea de Maculangan.
It's the open spot.
And let's look at the replay of that. Great set, again, as Ivy mentioned, by DMAC to Palomata. I think all she did was just stretch, and she got that attack.
Better reception aside of Gerflor this time.
De Leon to Davison. Gonzalez. Great defense by PLDT. Free ball given by De Leon. A soft touch by Net Villarreal. Ball still alive.
Oh, the ball still kept alive by PLDT.
Great effort by both teams. And finally, the first point of the Gerflor Defenders of the blocks of PLDT.
That was some good floor defense at the side of the high-speed hitters.
Rosal now serving. Hailing from Camarines Sur. Erica Santos. I mean, this is why she brings the heat with that attack. But let's take a cool down. Let's go to Franny for her report on the defenders. Fran?
Erica Santos, serving for the High Speed Hitters.
Let's get back to the game. DMAC to Palomata. Del just very much aggressive right now. You can feel yung gigil.
Well, you get those excellent sets from Rhea de Maculangan, and why not? And I think, PLDT also giving out good first balls, so it's not very difficult for Rhea to set up her middle attack.
Services Erica Santos.
And PLDT definitely dictating the pace here. You can see the Gerflor Defenders quite scrambling after the serve. And this time around, we can't count down on first game jitters. Arado running after that ball. Great effort. No follow-up after that, sadly. As we go back again to Fran for her report. Fran?
Thanks, Denise. My mic was off that time, but much like the Gerflor Defenders, they were lacking some vocal presence in the court. Jeanette Villarreal actually told me that they need to be more vocal. They need to have that leadership inside the court. Yes, they are younger. Yes, they are a newer team, but that can actually be their strength. Gagamitin nila ang sigla against these more experienced teams like PLDT. If there's one thing that she wants her team to have, it's to be matapang in the court. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download now for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
Well, if Franny was able to turn the mic on and with her vocal presence, maybe Gerflor Defenders can also get a help on that. But the effort is always there on their part.
That's right. And the communication really is important, especially if you're a new team. So definitely, we've seen the effort, how these girls are really trying to keep their game up. But, I think it really takes time for a team to gel.
But the question is, I guess, Ivy, do they have that time to gel?
Most teams don't, tournaments ongoing. So that's actually one of the challenges, really. I've been part of a team who's new and still trying to get a feel of everyone, and I can tell it's really very challenging and very difficult.
And we're seeing those trying times for the Gerflor Defenders. Everyone needs to rush to build chemistry, to fix their communication, and be able to resolve all of these things quickly. That does only come with time, maturity, and that's all of the things that they're lacking and that they need to work on.
But I think, for them, they know that they have to take it small steps, one step at a time.
And let's see them take that one step at a time. Right now, the score is 4-10. 6-point lead for the PLDT High Speed Hitters as they try to catch up.
Serving for the defenders,
Shang Berte from Davao City for serving 10. We're seeing great reception here from PLDT. That's why DMAC is having a fun time setting. We're seeing really great quick attacks from their end.
And that's actually the opposite on the other side of the court. A little struggle we've seen with Gerflor with their first ball. So Jane Gonzalez not really having a lot of options when it comes to attack.
And that could prove to be quite fatal for the Gerflor Defenders. But right now, they're trying to maximize what they see are lacking on the side of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And while the PLDT, they're enjoying quite a comfortable lead, they cannot be complacent. So they're battling against complacency here.
Serving for Gerflor.
Good serve. DMAC to Jesse De Leon to the back.
Jesse De Leon with a slide attack.
Reception error there. Gaviola tried to catch that one.
Good hit there by Jesse De Leon.
Serving for PLDT rolls to
Gonzalez. This time around, it was just a tip. Rado sets it to Erica Santos.
So there was a touch.
Jonah Rosal gets a full touch for PLDT.
And now, PLDT High Speed Hitters are calling a challenge on that, a block touch.
Challenge PLDT.
Our first challenge for the set and for the match called by the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
I think for PLDT, they're quite sure that there was no touch. Erica Santos was mentioning that over to the coaches at the bench.
Let's look at the replay and the slow-mo.
Well, it does seem quite far.
And that's a successful challenge for the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
Serve to the high speed hitters.
Explains why Coach Raul was just telling the girls to, relax.
Score at the technical timeout 13 for PLDT.
As we go to our first technical timeout, again in favor of the PLDT High Speed Hitters, 13-5. Via the Pilipinas Live app. So download and register now. You can see some of the players enjoying the game. I mean, some people enjoyed the long holiday, but the PVL All-Filipino Conference had no break. Much the relief and enjoyment of some of our volleyball fans. We have one more game coming up after the PLDT High Speed Hitters against the Gerflor Defenders. It will be the Petrogas Angels against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. And right now on the PLDT High Speed Hitters side, you have a couple of players right now. Their most scored right now is Palomata with 4 points. Compared to the Gerflor Defenders, they have 3 players who are on the scoreboard, and Berte is leading with 2.
Denied by Jessie
Good
De
block
Leon.
there from Jessie De Leon. It's good to see, the middles of the high-speed hitters are really making their presence felt here in this match.
They have the vocal presence that Franny was definitely talking about. Communication not lacking. Aggressiveness very much on point. And you can see the excitement and a more relaxed demeanor from them. Very much excited that they're dictating the space here. But here you have Jeanette Villarreal again not letting up. She is the spark plug for the defenders. Avoiding the block, the running block of PLDT there.
6 serving 14, serving for the defenders, Sarah Gonzalez.
Could have been a good serve, I was gonna say. But sadly, a service error. And we always talk about that when you're already the one, well, not leading, you don't want to give away those free points. That's always the principle.
That's right. And of course, at this point, Gerflor cannot afford to commit those errors, trailing as much by 9 points. Davison makes that 10 points ahead.
And Ostero comes in for Del Palomata. Much to her delight. Jessie De Leon back on the service area. 3 points. She has 2 attacks and 1 block. Free ball given by the defenders. Dimac to Ostero, very eager to get a point fresh off the bench. This time, a block. But Jeanette Villarreal, relentless. Another point for Jeanette, who now has 2 points. 2 of them are attack points.
Again, you can see the challenge or the struggle of Gerflor with the first ball. And that leaves very few options, for Jane Gonzalez in terms of their attack.
Dimac to Ostero, who this time gets her first point. And you can see the excitement of her face. She was very much looking forward to be on court.
That's a good thing, about being given the opportunity to play and you really make the most out of it. It doesn't matter how long you're fielded in.
I mean, it's the same storyline for Jessie De Leon, Erica Santos, and look at them now. Davison. Gonzalez to Net Villarreal. Arado was there. Davison once again to the back. And ends that long rally.
Well, good effort on the side of Gerflor to keep that alive. You can see Tia Sarmiento really trying her best to run after that.
Legacion for Erica Santos and Jules Samonte for Rhea de Maculangan. So now we have 3 players seeing action for the first time. 18, serving 7. Gonzalez, a tip there by Berte. Davison off the hands of Net Villarreal. Ball still alive. Jules tries her shot. And another score for Jules Samonte, who was once Rookie of the Year for UAAP Season 79, played for the Ateneo Lady Eagles.
Gerflor not able to keep that alive. But their blocking is showing some promise now, because they're able to get some touches of the attacks of PLDT. Good save from Legacion.
And that's 2 points. Back-to-back points for Jules Samonte. A timeout will be called by Gerflor Defenders.
Masyado tayong ibigin sa sarili. Huwag ganun, okay? Lumusot naman ka sa kalaban, lumusot sa atin dito. Pwede naman natin kunin sa likod eh. Bakit yun para mahirap na hirap tayo gumawa sa likod? Kaya naman natin gumalaw, di ba? Di ba? Hindi yan. Ang palo, pag pinalo niya ang bola, pag ginanyon nyo lang yan, ang kapalit, lakasan nila. So, wala tayong gagawin kung lakasan nyo na lang ang bola. Anuhin nyo na lang. Hindi matakot.
And watch men's volleyball's action this 2023 as the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference gets going every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday on One Sports, and Pilipinas Live. So that's Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
Still serving Angela Gasol.
20 serving 7, quite a huge gap that the PLDT High Speed Hitters has created. But a service error from Legacion. Viray comes in for Kath Arado.
8 serving, 20 serving is Jeanette Villarreal.
As Net Villarreal will be serving. And you can hear the cheers of the PLDT fans after that reception by Viray.
Well, she has big shoes to fill, you know, replacing Kat Arado. So, I mean, there's also the pressure of high expectations, of course, when you're on the floor.
Man Mendres. 21 serving 8. Berte tries again. Ceballos with a touch. But an attack error from Caviola.
The struggle continues here for Gerflor. They're not able to give out good first balls, and they're also not able to convert the opportunity to attack into points.
And now the PLDT High Speed Hitters are 3 points away from a set win. Ceballos changes the tactic, goes soft on that one. But the bleeding really does continue for the Gerflor Defenders, and it must be painful to watch for Coach Sammy and the rest of the team. Man Mendres still on the service area. Gonzalez to Gaviola. Viray to Jules Samonte. And 3 points for Jules Samonte to lead us to set point.
This is that last attack from Jules Samonte, right in between two blockers. It's good to see, you know, that she's really making the most out of her time inside the court. She just came in and she already has 3 points.
I mean, all of the players that just came in here in set 1, the attitude, the vibe was all the same. Aggressiveness. And Costero ends the set. A quick one at that, 25-8 in favor of the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
That's the last point, but Costero just punching it in and closing the set for PLDT.
And you're back watching the PVL, the Heart of Volleyball, or All-Filipino Conference. The Gerflor Defenders against the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Now a quick set one, 21 minutes. PLDT High Speed Hitters just dominating that full set. As new streaming experiences also await by the Pilipinas Live app that's available for Filipinos everywhere. So download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. The highlights also quite in favor of the PLDT as well, Ivy.
That's right. Set number one, it was PLDT in total control of the game. So they were playing happy, they were playing relaxed, they were playing very organized, and that made it easy for them, to overcome Gerflor, who is having some problems or struggles in the court. And primarily, the first ball, I think, is one of the main challenges that Gerflor has. As we take a look at the numbers, 18 big attack points for PLDT High Speed Hitters, and Gerflor only able to convert 6 attacks or 6 points out of their attacks. And PLDT also did very well defending the net with 2 blocks and also 1 service ace. But it's good to see, though, that the number of errors from both sides are really kept to a minimum. Of course, it's a good job done by PLDT. Only 2 errors on that set. But Gerflor, on the other hand, did not make a lot of points, but managed to keep their errors at bay at 4. So that's also a good start for them.
And, we're hoping that they're able to do all of those in-game adjustments quickly. Of course, we can sense that the energy is a bit low on their end. But when you have nothing to lose, again, just give it your all. And that's what
Right.
Coach Sammy has been telling the girls. Like, there's nothing to lose. It's not about the standings anymore. You just want to get that win.
That's right. And I think at this point, they can start off by aiming for a set win.
It's all about starting small. And Coach Sammy has always encouraged the girls to do so. And to not let their frustrations get the better of them. But man, it's the complete opposite for the PLDT High Speed Hitters, where the grass is greener on their side.
Good start so far here for PLDT.
Starting quite similar to set one on a 2-0 lead. De Leon with a tip.
Very simple attack from De Leon.
And right now, Jessie De Leon with 4 points in today's match so far. A service error from Ceballos.
1 serving 3.
And a point awarded to the
Serving
defenders.
is Catraceres.
Good serve. Jessie De Leon to Savvy Davidson. Kinroli will be giving away a free ball. DMAC to Jessie once again.
Jesse De Leon off the hands of the defender.
You gotta love how aggressive PLDT is playing, even if they have comfortable leads, you do not see them relaxing.
And you can see the aggressiveness still. It's like the bigger the gap, the more they want to
Right.
get those points.
That's right. And I think, that's also the respect they have, for Gerflor, that despite the fact, they had complete control of set number 1, but they're not just laxing.
2-1. When the Santos drop, point goes to Gerflor.
And a better showing here for Gerflor, really maximizing their opponent's errors.
Game captain for Gerflor, number 13.
I think this is the least
Shaira Mandal.
gap that they had against PLDT. Just 2 points. 4-2. But it's these instances of Gerflor where there's always that lag in their response that we're seeing quite frequent, that's causing them to really question each other in game.
a little challenge in terms of ball control.
Clavando to Gendrauli, but the net defense by the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
6 serving 2.
Erica Santos now. 4-point lead for the girls in black. Clavando to net, Villarreal. Ostero aggressively hitting that.
That's a block point, Rachel Ostero.
And we really hope that the defenders are able to bounce back and have that carefree smiles like the PLDT High Speed Hitters have right now. But let's hear more from Franny about her stories on the players. Fran?
I got to speak with Kath Arado earlier, and she told me that something that Coach Arald told them earlier, that they have to give respect to each and every opponent that they go up against. They have to play at their very best. And kita naman yun in that dominant first set from the high-speed hitters. Now, we also noted 18 attack points, and that's because of the receive, something that they've been working on being more consistent in. It's all about overloading the service and the receiving, and we're looking at what seems to be another dominant set two from the high-speed hitters. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download it now for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
Now, when you talk about aggressiveness, that girl on your screen, Savvy Davidson, is a personification of it at 5 points right now. 4 attacks. Make that 6 points, adding a service ace to her score.
Well, we've mentioned earlier that she has been an all-around player for PLDT. Her name actually appears on several of the scoring categories here. She's number 4 best scorer, number 7 best blocker, number 8 best server, and number 7 best receiver. So she's really been contributing heavily here for PLDT.
But we're seeing the gap between the two teams not as drastic as set 1, and I think that says a lot on the errors that the PLDT High Speed Hitters has been committing here in set 2. Again, you saw the Gerflor Defenders scrambling for the ball. Ceballos, cross court.
Viola Ceballos. Off the hands of Sarmiento.
Then serving for Ostero after that attack heads to the service area.
Service, Rachel Ostero.
Clavano. Dimac to De Leon. And we're seeing a stable rally from both sides.
Too long.
But an attack error from Rosales, sending it way, way back.
But we're seeing better sequences here from Gerflor.
Serving 4.
And much better rallies, actually, longer rallies.
11-4.
Just a bit long.
But
Service out.
service error
5 serving 11.
from Ostero. I think we're going to see more errors from the side of PLDT this time around. Davison. Rhea to Jessie De Leon. My goodness. It was the perfect angle for her.
Jessie De Leon is really playing very well today. She has been given all the right sets.
Jules Samonte comes in and Malaluan for Jessie De Leon. But the substitution was denied.
For PLDT.
So it's Jules Samonte just coming on here in set 2. Free ball given by Racelis. Dimac to Ceballos. Clavano back to Racelis. Davison's there. Dimac to Ceballos. Great defense by Kath Arado, of course, and a cross-court attack by Jules Samonte. And she is killing it, you know, just scoring immediately after a substitution.
The substitution probably not meant to be here for Malaluan, and she was just about to come in. A timeout was called in by Gerflor.
Either live here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City or on their screens, whether on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. It's the Gerflor Defenders still winless against the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And right now, the PLDT team leading 1-0 here in set 2. 13-5 in favor of the ladies in black. And the latest comedic drama we have, again, the substitution between Malaluan and Jessie De Leon.
It's really funny, Malaluan trying to get, asking the second referee, so can I go in now?
Well, now, yes, she can.
I'm sure she would make the most out of the minutes she would have inside the court.
Still serving Rhea Timagulagan.
Great serve from Dimac. Malaluan trying to get a score again, fresh off that substitution. Ceballos. Malaluan right in the middle. Great defense by the defenders. But an attack error
Attack error.
by Tubiera.
14 serving 5.
14-5. And the stark contrast is not only in their scores, but in the energy and the emotion that is quite emanating from both squads. Jules Monte, my goodness, like just how gutsy she is. Really challenging the blocks of the Gerflor Defenders.
And she has been very successful in her attempts so far. Very high efficiency rate for Jules Monte.
And right now, Jules Monte has 5 points. So right now, our high scorers for the PLDT High Speed Hitters is Davison and De Leon, both tied at 6 points. As a timeout will be called.
A service ace by Rhea de Maculangan. That's a third service ace for PLDT here in the set.
Hindi natin makagawa. Girls, ang layo ng pinangagalingan ng bola. Bago pumunta sa atin, nababasa na natin. Lahat kayo mag-prepare. Unahin muna natin ang pasa. Pag nakapasa tayo, susunod set. Pag may set, ang palo nyo, lakasan nyo nga ang palo. Ganun-ganun kakalabit-kalabit. Bakit pa ganyan? Sa ensayo, hindi naman tayo ganyan eh. Ha?
Pero panuhin nyo!
Ano yan?
Coach Ami, really, you know, what a great reminder. Why are you hitting the ball with less power and less aggression? quite a reflection of the confidence. So that's something that Gerflor needs to work on and that they need to overcome.
And Coach Sammy has mentioned that earlier as well. You know, he was really looking for harder hits.
D-Mac to Davison from the back.
And that was just too wide, but she chose the right angle, trying to aim for the right spot.
Again, great intentions there by Savvy Davidson. 6 points for the defenders, 10-point lead by the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Good serve. Rhea to Ceballos.
Through the blockers, PLS
Really finding a way to just penetrate the net defense of the Gerflor Defenders. Talking about the PLDT High Speed Hitters, like all their players. Clavano. That was Gendroli there. And that's the aggressiveness that Coach Sammy was talking about with the girls. Give it your all. And Gendroli definitely did.
7 serving, 17 serving, Kat Roselis.
Nice serve by Kat Roselis. Man Mendres on the... Malaluan with that coverage.
Keeping it simple and being alert at the front of the net. And again, this is one clear advantage that PLDT has. You know, they have a lot of tall players also in the lineup.
18 serving 7. And the woes are just continues for the Gerflor Defenders. That was Menji Tobiera on your screens a while ago.
And the struggle with the first ball continues on the side of Gerflor.
Clavano to Gendroli once again.
Finds the open spot.
Gendroli is really, right now, the spark that Gerflor really needs.
And it's also good to see, you know, that Gerflor is trying out plays as well.
Quick attack, Rachel Ostero.
But Ostero right smack in the middle, a quick attack.
12 out, 21.
Another substitution, Legasyon for Rhea de Maculangan. And the rotation of players for PLDT High Speed Hitters.
And everybody has been able to have their chance at playing today.
Clavano. Mendres. Off the hands of Manzano. 21-8.
21 serving 8.
What a showing here by the PLDT High Speed Hitters as Josa Montes serves for her squad.
Good serve.
Good serve. That it is a service ace. Jules now with 6 points, 22 serving 8. Let's look at the replay of that serve.
I think, you know, PLDT is also capitalizing with the fact that Gerflor is really having struggles with the first ball. So that's why, you know, they have been very aggressive at the service line. That was a good set for Gerflor.
And I'm not surprised it's Gendrauli who gets that score once again. But a sub happening, Gonzalez will be coming in for her.
So Gerflor trying to keep 3 attackers at the front line with that substitution.
Sarah Gonzalez serving for the defenders.
And a trick shot. Legasyon also adds a score to herself. fooling everyone, including her own teammates.
For the High Speed Hitters, Ray Defenders.
23 serving 8. And a service ace for Mean Mendres to lead us to our second set point. 24-9, Mean Mendres right now. With 3 points.
Miscommunication, Gerflor. Point goes to PLDT.
And it's quite unfortunate that it is a mistake of miscommunication on the defenders that will bring the win to the PLDT High Speed Hitters, 25-8. Again, still in favor of the ladies in black. $25-8, $25-9, and even, man, you can really see the dominance of the PLDT High Speed Hitters, even with their second stringers. They are unforgiving to the Gerflor Defenders right now, Ivy, and it's, to be honest, it's quite painful to watch.
But PLDT, again, you know, they're not really playing relaxed here in this match. Obviously, there are the advantage here compared to Gerflor, but the way that they're playing inside is, you know, I think they realize that Gerflor may at any time also get their momentum and might be able to go ahead in this game. And so they're not giving them the opportunity the way that PLDT is playing. Gerflor, on the other hand, we see they're trying to regroup themselves. They've seen better sequences actually in set number 2, longer rallies, but the struggle continues with their first ball as we take a look at the numbers. 13 attack points for PLDT, 5 for Gerflor, and as before in set number 1, PLDT doing better defending the net with 2 blocks and 6 service aces in set number 2. And this is what I'm seeing, you know, what PLDT has been also trying to do. They've been very aggressive at the service line because they realize the struggle that Gerflor has with the first ball, and it has worked to their advantage here in the second set.
And man, talk about consistency here on the end of the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Maintaining 4 errors, keeping it below 5. That says a lot about how they were not only able to dictate the pace for the Gerflor Defenders, but also for themselves.
So it would be interesting to see what changes Gerflor has coming into the set. We've seen over, just the start of the set that Coach Sammy was really talking intently to the whole team. And we'll see how they're able to apply that, once they go here in this third set.
But new streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app that's available for Filipinos everywhere. So download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. But if we were to give a special mention to one defender of the Gerflor Defenders, that would be Danica Gadrauli, who has really put quite a lot of points in that 25-9 set. And she had the hot hands in set 2.
That's right. Well, she had a slow start, with that reception errors. But afterwards, when she got her groove in already, she was able to convert points and was able to help as well in defending the floor.
And on you have Malaluan also, who was quite relentless in getting her shots in, as well as Jules Samonte. It only shows, I guess, this game, the lineup that Coach Rald has, for his team. The rotation, all the substitution, he's really maximizing it. Everyone's getting their quality minutes, and all the players that he has put in for substitutions are all able to secure at least 1 point.
Well, for the side of Gerflor, actually, most of the players have also been fielded in. They've had their playing time. And hopefully this mix that we see here on the third set will make wonders for Coach Sam.
Well, it's not the best start with a service error. And just like sets 1 and 2, first blood, PLDT High Speed Hitters has drawn it. Malaluan serving. But this time around, for the first time, usually we saw a 2-0 start for PLDT. But here in set 3, we're tied at 1-1. Dimakulangan. To Osteros.
Excellent set by Rhea de Maculangan. PLDT is really trying to put in a lot of fast plays, so that gives Gerflor very little time to organize themselves at the defense.
Service ace for Jules Samonte. 3 serving 1. Great serve. That was a mistake there by Menchi Tubiera. But nabawi by a service error.
So free point for Gerflor. PLDT now has 2 service errors here in the third set.
Service,
And we like this kind of scoring. They're keeping it close. It's 2 serving 3. We hope that this trend continues for the Gerflor Defenders. But Savvy Davidson, I think, says no way.
Well, she has other things in mind. Would like to keep the lead bigger.
And speaking of bigger, Franny was just sharing that after, Savvy playing for PLDT, they have been going around, of course, Luzon. She finds herself finding relatives in all the cities that she plays in. And everyone always comes to support her. So she enjoys that kind of love and support, not just from her fans, but from newfound family members here in the Philippines.
Well, that's just the thing about the Philippines. We'll get a lot of new family members.
Shang Berte. A 1-point lead only by the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Dimac to Ceballos. Now let's hear more stories from Franny here in set 3.
Denise, you said that this game was for Gerflor to defend their pride. Well, Coach Sammy asked his team earlier, where is your pride? They were lost before the start of this third set. Not sure what to do, trying to regroup and find the missing piece to their game. Now, I also got to talk to Danica Gendrauli. She is a veteran, the eldest in this team, and she actually told me that if there's one thing that her teammates need, it's eagerness. Eagerness is what will help them have the maturity they need to play a lot better. Earlier, Coach Sammy also said that they better not be watching each other or watching the ball. They have to be ready at all times because PLDT will not let up. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download now for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
And that's the aggressiveness. Where's the eagerness that Coach Sammy has been reiterating every time out, you know, every end of the set? Because Malaluan, as Franny has mentioned, not letting up. They want their comfortable lead, Ivy. They're grabbing it.
That's right. That's good, you know, a good attitude to have that. Again, despite the fact that they're clearly to the advantage as compared to Gerflor, they're not really taking it easy.
I mean, I think if I were the Gerflor Defenders, I really would be flattered. But you also need to have that kind of pride to be flattered. That's why Franny was saying, you know, where is the pride?
Right.
Coach Sammy was saying, have that pride. Because when you have that pride, like, you're going to take this again. Still, you have a great team challenging you to compete with them.
You know, sometimes for coaches, it doesn't matter if you lose. It's really how you lose, you know. So he would rather lose that they see girls fighting and really working very hard.
And you can see that fighting spirit is slowly creeping in here. And it's no surprise that it's coming from Sati Espiritu, who's always been known to be quite a fighter, quite a spitfire. And a while ago, it was Gendrauli. And now this time, we're hoping that Sati will also provide and add to the fire that Gendrauli is offering to the squad.
And just as you were saying that, she scores another point for Gerflor. And I think that's what this team actually needs, you know. Someone who can spark the attitude inside the court. And that's important. And everything starts off with they feel good about themselves.
And D-Mac setting it to Ceballos, who really, you know, when you talk about really feeling good about yourself, that's Ceballos right there. She loves that spot. She's been sticking there, and she's been aggressive, you know, in attacking. Cross-car from there.
So don't look now, but Gerflor has tied the match 7-all.
This is the first tie of a 7-7 in today's match. And no surprise there. Ceballos, relentless. Yung giggle, always present. That energy not going down until she gets that point.
Serving for PLDT.
D-Mac with 14 excellent sets in today's game. Tubiera. So much energy. This is what we want. This is what we're talking about. And you can see a smile creeping in Coach Sammy's face.
Because I think, you know, this is the kind of performance is looking for from the girls. You know, they're playing better. Their attitude inside the court is actually much lighter. You know, you can sense it. You can see it.
And now you're seeing really what the Gerflor Defenders are made of. The potential that Coach Sammy sees and the fans see in them.
Crossword hit, Fiona Ceballos.
Oh my goodness, Fiona Ceballos. She is really making noise here, trying to overpower the noise of celebration on the Gerflor Defenders court.
Good pass. Oh, good running attack from Net Villarreal. We haven't seen a lot of those kinds of plays on the side of Gerflor, but that's what they can do if they have a good first ball.
And they're doing so well. Another tie again. 9-9. And Gerflor Defenders finally keeping up with the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And let's see if PLDT will be able to turn up the heat even more, as Savannah Davidson is starting that.
There's another good clean hit from Davison.
10 serving 9. Service, Luke Malaluhan.
10 serving 9.
Service ace, Luke
Another
Malaluhan.
miscommunication on the side of Gerflor, and this is where their struggle starts. If they have poor first ball, everything just falls apart.
Clavano points that one to her, as let's see her bounce back from that mistake. But
Service
back-to-back
ace,
service ace for Malaluan. And no wonder she was very much eager to get that substitution in set 2. She was eager to perform and show this kind of play in today's match. Berte. Malaluan was there. Great defense by Davison. Jules Samonte. Gendrali was there. Clavano, Tutubiera. A great rally. But man, PLDT does not want to keep extending these kinds of exchanges. We go to our timeout, 13.
Risers.
A boost from her family visiting last Thursday in Santa Rosa to watch her play. As you can see her there in this picture with her relatives. And she also has family in Quezon City, in Las Piñas, all coming to watch her play. She even has some loved ones from Toronto here with her today. She told me that, you know, the game looks different everywhere that she plays, but it's nice that she has family here to support her. Now let's go back to this game.
I mean, I remember covering her first game, and I think she had like 26 to 30 of her family members watching in Araneta, and the joke was the usual, isang barangay to come to support your family. But watch the PBA 3x3's second conference this year, every Monday and Tuesday, only on One Sports, PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live, PBA 3x3, lakas ng tatlo. 13-9, still in favor of the squad in red and black. But fresh of a timeout, Gerflor energized, getting a score, 3-point lead for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And suddenly, you know, the tides have turned for the defenders. And a lucky service ace for Clavano. It seems like Lady Luck is smiling upon this team here in set 3.
First service ace here for Gerflor. And it's good, you know, that they're able to keep the lead of PLDT to a minimum.
And that was an overreceive that worked in favor of Gerflor. Clavano to Berte, and a block by Ostero. Again, the blocking of the PLDT High Speed Hitters, keeping it tight and secure. Despite her name, Ostero, quite far from austere, and the energy that she has provided for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Always smiling, always energetic, very much cheerful as PLDT tries to pull away with a 4-point lead here. Jules Amont is serving 15-11.
Almost another service ace there for Samonte.
Clavano giving away a free ball. Great net defense by Net Villarreal. Now this is what we're talking about.
12 serving 15. Serving for Gerflor Net Villarreal.
3-point lead for the High Speed Hitters. D-Mac.
Oh, good pickup there.
Again, Ostero just, you know, at first it was Ceballos who was aggressive, and now it's Ostero who has the hot hands, who is on fire and turning up the heat for the PLDT High Speed Hitters. And Savvy Davidson right now has 9 points in set 3. Not her usual showing of 21 points. But that's only because a lot of her teammates have scored. I mean, Jules Amonte with 8 points. And then you have Palomata with 4, Tubino with 3, Ceballos also with 8, and Ostero tied with Savvy Davidson with 9.
Shang Bente, serving for the defenders.
Kendroli, Arado to D-Mac, to Ostero, and a running attack. A running cross-court attack.
And she was already running for it, even the ball, before the ball reached Rhea de Mocolangan's hands.
And now that lady goes in the service area. 4-point lead for PLDT. But it's great to see the defenders enjoying the game more. And Sati really with a lucky point. I mean, she knew how lucky that was.
But you'll take it any time. A point is a point. And that's keeping the lead of PLDT at 3 points.
14 serving 17.
So amazing how the defenders were able to turn things around for them. And this is what Coach Sammy was saying of defending their pride. That's what set 3 is about. You're seeing the pride of the Gerflor Defenders to quite some time. But you know what? What matters is it's there. Better late than never.
That's right.
Gonzalez with a really good serve. Rhea to Ceballos. She sets that to Malaluan. Free ball will be given by Berte. Rhea to Malaluan. Long rally here in set 3. Now, who will end it?
Well, that was a good pickup for Gerflor.
Great defense there. You can see Sari really trying to make some noise, communicating with her teammates. But that was a good rally between the Gerflor Defenders against the PLDT High Speed Hitters.
I think that's probably one of the, or could be the longest rally we've had so far. So good floor defense shown by both squads.
And not a lot of scrambling on the defenders' end.
That's right.
Great receive, Gaviola. Free ball by Tubiera, given to the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Sarmiento. D-Mac to Jules. The back set by Rhea de Mocolangan, just beautiful. Timeout will be called by the Gerflor Defenders.
Pwersa ka nga dun sa kaliwa eh. Huwag mo na isipin kung mablock ka. Kasi may kasama ka naman. Parang hindi mo talaga ang bola. Gagano ang bola, oh. Pilit pa yung palo mo. Oh, diba? Okay? Intindihan. Pag once na ang bola nasa inyo spiker, kasi kayo yung last touch, gawaan nyo ng paraan. Dalawa lang yan. Isang power, isang palo na lihis-lihis. Naintindihan ba? Depensa naman eh, diba?
You know, Coach Sammy, he's been serious for the past couple of timeouts. So we can say that he's very happy with the playing of Gerflor. I saw while you were talking a while ago, he was touching his heart. Quite heartbroken about everything, but this time around, you know, better showing, better output that's being done by the Gerflor Defenders. Substitution, Clavano and Gendroli comes in once again for Gaviola and Gonzalez.
Again, we're seeing better performance for Gerflor here in the third set. So, ano yun, probably itong Gerflor, no, parang diesel. You know, it really takes a while for them to heat up. But that's just the thing because, you know, once a team wins 3 sets and the game is over.
Exactly. I mean, like the rising oil prices, it's expensive. You know, diesel is very expensive now, and them having that slow momentum and gaining that momentum it's a costly price that they're paying. Third set, PLDT still on the lead, 21-15. I don't know. Rhea de Maculangan on the service area. But it's great that the Gerflor Defenders finally in double digits here.
Right, that's right. And I think more than just the score, movement-wise, you know, it's really better here in the third set. Much organized, lesser miscommunication we're seeing. But the struggle for the first ball is just here and there, here in the third set. Oh, that would be a costly error in the side of Gerflor.
Positional point, Gerflor. Point goes to PLDT.
And the timing of that error as well. I mean, we're at the latter part of the match. That just led the PLDT High Speed Hitters to 2 points away from winning this match. Clavano to Gendroli. And we like, again, the fighting spirit of Gendroli that's been present throughout this whole game. Set 1, set 2, set 3.
That's right. So after a 6-point run of PLDT, Gerflor able to get their 16th point.
Malaluan is meanwhile on her way to get her 6th point. A back set there by Rhea de Maculangan. Smart placing as well. Clavano to Tubiera. Dimac to Malaluan. Sarmiento was there. Clavano setting that up for Tubiera. Blocked by Jules Samonte. And the Gerflor Defenders stays alive, 17-24.
Save 1 match point.
Now we're seeing the grit
17 serving match point serving.
of the ladies in red and blue. 24 to 25 after a service error by Menchi Tubiera, and the PLDT High Speed Hitters getting their 4th win here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Now relive this game and all PVL games anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app. Available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. Again, 3 quick sets for the PLDT High Speed Hitters against the Gerflor Defenders. We'll find out later who's our player of the game. 25-8, 25-9, 25-17. And we see that the Gerflor Defenders, like what Ivy said, decent lang yan. At least we saw really a better performance to end this game, and we did see the pride of their squad. One that Coach Ralph has put on the court. But let's go to our best player of the game with Franny Reyes, none other than Jules Samonte, who also has been quite impressive. Fresh off the bench, he's been scoring off bat. Franny.
Yes, I'm with our player of the game, none other than Jules Samonte. 10 attacks and 3 service aces. Now, Jules, that was a pure dominance from the PLDT High Speed Hitters, an all-around performance from you. So, I have a question from your teammates actually. Mika Reyes and Mitch Morente want to know, what keeps you motivated?
First of all, a lot of people keep me motivated. My family, my teammates, my friends, everyone's just there. They're always trying to keep me. They always try to make me believe in myself and help me, and yun nga, they motivate me.
Well, it's clear that your teammates believe in you as well. Now, after your first loss to Signal this conference, your performance, or the team's performance rather, has been going up and up and up. How do you stay consistent leading up to your goal, which is the semis, and then later on the finals?
We start in training, syempre. Every practice, we give our 100%. The first 6 and the second 6, we always try to give it our all in practice, and bawal nga petchay lang.
Thank you so much, Jules. You can go ahead and join your team, and let's send it back to the panel.
I mean, what do you have to say, Ivy, with Jules' performance? I mean, I've been raving about it. Wait, your turn. How has, I guess, you've seen her. She's been quite quiet for the previous games here in the PVL, and I think this would be her highlight game so far.
That's right, and I think what's good about it is that she's coming off the bench, but as soon as she came into the court, she already made an impact. She scored successive points and has been very consistent, throughout the game. And while everybody in the team in PLDT has been contributing, she's been very, the presence. You can feel her presence inside the court.
And she always said, that she was one of the youngest, and she's always just been learning from all of her ates. We love seeing all now the lessons that she's learned from them, and she's applied them quite well in today's match.
That's right, and but I think you gotta give it also to Gerflor for putting up a good fight, especially at the third set. And let's take a look at the numbers for this match. PLDT completely dominating the attacks, 44 big attack points for them, and they have also done very well defending the net, 7 block points. But I think what I really have to commend for PLDT for this game is how well they did at the service line. 14 aces for PLDT.
And look at that again, the opponent's errors. It's very rare that we find something just this small it shows also how both teams, you know, while we did see the Gerflor Defenders struggle, they were able to still minimize their errors.
That's
they
right.
tried to be careful about it. You know, the blocks, we've seen that they did try, but the PLDT High Speed Hitters were just, you know, we're seeing it right now when the score is relentless. I mean, they have more than the attacks of the Gerflor Defenders. It's just kind of sad. You know, there's always that tinge of regret since the Gerflor Defenders did so well in the third set.
I have to agree, you know, they played very well, a lot of better sequences, better receptions, but I think it's just too late for them to be able to recover because PLDT has managed to gain the lead, so it's hard for Gerflor to catch up.
And for those of for those of our viewers who are still wanting more volleyball action, well, we have more coming up next. The Petrogas Angels against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. Right now, they're warming up, and we have more action coming in store for you here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference. I'm Denise Densay with my partner Ivy Remulia and Franny Reyes that covered, of course, the Gerflor Defenders against the PLDT High Speed Hitters. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Ko na sa pro. Super special siya kasi naging influential siya sa akin as a player. Grabe nakakahanga kung paano siya magdisiplina ng sarili and kung paano siya maglaro. Volleyball IQ niya ang taas talaga. Na sana nang pa-donate naman kahit